Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOBH star Kyle Richards nearly left the hit reality show. For more than a decade, fans have gotten a glimpse into how some of the wealthiest people in the world live. It's all thanks to the hit reality show The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Living in the 90,210 is something most folks only dream of. So the next best thing is following the lives of those who do. Someone who's certainly been stirring up the pot over the last handful of years is Kyle Richards. Her life has been different since her husband, Mauricio Umansky of 27 years, moved out. Richards recently talked to US Weekly about her new life and why she nearly left the show. Going through a divorce isn't easy for anyone. Being someone in the public eye likely makes it 10 times worse. However, that's not why Richards felt like taking a break from filming. She talked about how being constantly in the spotlight made her feel as though everyone was attacking her from some sort of angle. Richards said, "These last 2 years have been the most difficult of my life, and I didn't want to put myself through the scrutiny. I didn't feel supported by a lot of the cast, so I felt like I wanted to disappear for a while. It's perfectly normal to wish you could vanish into a cabin in the woods to avoid social interactions. This is especially true when you're going through the toughest stretch of your life." However, after thinking about it long and hard, Richards decided that isolation wouldn't be what's best for her. She further explained, "We have a lot of fun times too. And the producers are family to me at this point, so I knew that would be another loss for me. My husband was just about to move out." Richards knew that she'd likely miss the producers and her other co-stars after a few weeks. She realized she'd need to lean on them during these challenging times. Even though things aren't always smooth sailing for Richards on the show, she understands the cast and crew will always be there for her. Richards also opened up about the fact that her and Umansky aren't technically divorced yet. He has only moved out, and the couple is looking into what their next steps are. The reality TV star candidly said, "I don't know what the future holds right now with Mauricio and me. We love each other, so that part is easy. What's not easy is figuring out what's next. We're not divorced. He doesn't live here, but we're still figuring things out." On the show, people felt they were owed answers and thought I was withholding stuff, but I'm figuring it out myself. Sometimes the best thing a couple can do when trying to reignite the spark between them is to have some time apart. This helps them realize how valuable the other person is. There's no telling what's going to happen between Richards and Umansky, but fans hope to get answers soon. What are your thoughts about Kyle Richards officially coming back to RHOBH? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Kyle Richards, the glamorous queen of Beverly Hills, has long been a fixture on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOBH. Since its debut in 2010, she has been the backbone of the series, delivering her share of iconic moments, stirring drama, and cementing herself as a fan favorite. Her vulnerability, candor, and occasional shade-throwing have made her one of the most relatable yet fierce women on reality TV. However, in a surprising twist, Kyle recently revealed that she almost walked away from the very show that propelled her to superstardom. It all began after season 12, a season that was particularly turbulent for the RHOBH veteran. For Kyle, the glitz and glamour of the Beverly Hills mansion parties, chick vacations, and never-ending fashion shows were overshadowed by a growing sense of fatigue and emotional exhaustion. The last season had been a roller coaster ride, not just for the cast, but for Kyle personally. Behind the sparkling camera lights and perfectly staged dinners, there were cracks forming in Kyle's world. The ongoing feud with her sister, Kathy Hilton, had spiraled beyond the show's glossy surface, affecting their family dynamic. Tensions had been building between the two sisters for years, but season 12 brought their differences to the forefront in an explosive manner. The very public falling out between Kyle and Kathy, intertwined with Lisa Rinna's relentless interference, left Kyle emotionally drained. Fans of the show watched Kyle crumble under the weight of it all, especially during the reunion episodes. The tears, the heartbreak, and the helplessness she felt trying to navigate between her loyalty to her family and the demands of reality TV were visible. For Kyle, the constant drama wasn't just playing out for ratings. It was her life, raw and real, splashed across millions of screens. What the audience didn't see was the sleepless nights, the never-ending questions from family members, and the anxiety Kyle experienced behind the scenes. The pressure to live up to the Real Housewives name had taken its toll on her mental health. She often found herself questioning if continuing with RHOBH was worth it. Was the drama, which felt more personal than ever, still something she could endure season after season? After the season 12 reunion aired, Kyle found herself at a crossroads. The show was no longer a fun, glamorous escape. It had become a magnifying glass to the most vulnerable parts of her life. The pressure from fans, the relentless media scrutiny, and the strain on her family relationships left her contemplating the unthinkable, stepping away from RHOBH for good. Kyle's marriage to Mauricio Umansky also became a topic of interest during this period. And though the couple has been together for more than 2 decades, whispers about their relationship began to circulate. Being in the public eye had always been a challenge for the couple, but in recent months, the rumors had become more intense, speculating about their marriage's stability. For Kyle, this was another major stressor. She was fiercely protective of her family and hated seeing them become fodder for gossip columns. In private conversations with close friends and confidants, Kyle opened up about the toll reality TV was taking on her. After over a decade of being the show's heart, she was mentally and emotionally exhausted. She no longer felt the same excitement and joy she once had when filming. Instead, it felt like a weight on her shoulders, something she had to carry even when her personal life was falling apart. At one point, Kyle confided in her best friend, Dorit Kemsley, about her thoughts of leaving the show. Dorit, who had become a steady presence in Kyle's life, was one of the few cast members Kyle felt she could trust completely. Over a glass of rosé in Dorit's chic backyard, the two women had a heart-to-heart. "I just don't know if I can do it anymore," Kyle said, her voice breaking slightly. "I'm tired of constantly having to defend myself. Every time I try to move forward, it feels like something drags me back down." Dorit, always the voice of reason, listened intently before responding. "Kyle, you've built something incredible on this show. People love you because you're real and you're the heart of RHOBH. But at the same time, you need to do what's right for you and your family." Dorit's words echoed in Kyle's mind for weeks. Could she really walk away from the show that had been such a huge part of her life? Or was there a way to stay, but on her own terms? She thought about her fans, many of whom had supported her through every trial and tribulation. She didn't want to let them down, but at what cost? Kyle also had long conversations with her husband, Mauricio. He had always been her rock, supporting her through the ups and downs of reality TV stardom. "I just want you to be happy," he said one evening as they sat on their patio, the warm California breeze swirling around them. "If leaving the show makes you feel like you can breathe again, then do it. But if you think there's still something left for you there, then stay. Either way, I'm with you." Those words stayed with Kyle as she weighed her options. Ultimately, she realized that while the show had become a source of pain in recent years, it had also given her a platform to grow, evolve, and share her story with the world. She didn't want to walk away from RHOBH in the midst of turmoil, nor did she want to leave things unresolved with her castmates, particularly Kathy. Kyle made the difficult decision to return for another season, but with one major change. This time, she would set boundaries. She vowed to focus on what was important to her: her family, her health, and her happiness. She would no longer let the drama consume her life, and she wouldn't allow the pressures of reality TV to dictate her relationships. If she was going to stay on RHOBH, she would do it on her own terms. With this new mindset, Kyle Richards re-entered the world of Beverly Hills. Though her future with RHOBH had once seemed uncertain, she realized that she wasn't quite ready to let go. She was still the queen of Beverly Hills, and there was more to her story that needed to be told.